What's up, everyone? Mr. Exile FBS. I'm coming at you with another video. It's been like a fucking long time. This time, I fucking, I got myself away from playing that Call of Duty shit. Like that shit was just way too stressful. It was just, it was just everyday type shit. Like it's just something that I didn't like to do. I like to play it once in a while, but it just got boring after a while. So that's what happened to Call of Duty. If you had any idea, obviously most people probably already know this, but anyway, fuck Call of Duty. Stop talking about it right now because it makes me fucking sick. So anyway, without further ado, I'm gonna start showing you guys how to like. I'm gonna start off with how beginners should start in Fruity Loops. So let's start off with. I don't know. I just migrated from I migrated hosts from Ableton to Fruity Loops. So I mean I'm more advanced in Fruity or Ableton. Starting to sound like Wings of Redemption, flipping my shit around. But yeah, I'm more advanced in Ableton than I am in Fruity Loops. But it's all coming out. I mean, I could do a lot better stuff, in Ableton. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. So when you start file, new. I don't know if I guess I should go over this. So all right. First, if you're trying to get your sound and your keyboard, your MIDI keyboard, your samples, your VSTs, all that, you're gonna want to go to options and MIDI settings, or you can hit just the shortcut F10. Anyway, right now I don't have mine on, so I guess it's not really. I don't know. Let's see if it turns on. Let's see if I can turn it on and see if it comes up. Here we go. All right, sweet. All right. So I'm using the Axiom 49 keyboard, and this was a little bit tricky using this keyboard because I had a little bit of trouble myself using it. So this is not 100%. It should work for you guys, but I'm not gonna promise. This is the only part that I'm iffy about in the whole tutorial. I just want to make it blatantly obvious that I'm not 100% sure. And this is the way to go about it, no doubt, though. So basically, you want to choose what your keyboard is and make sure that you send it to your master sync. And also do the same for down here. You want to click the exact same one, but in. And you also want to enable the controller type. And I had to use Team US 428, and I'm not really sure what that means, but Tascam US 428. I'm not positive what that means, but that's just what I use, and the keyboard works. So you're gonna have to configure some of these settings. You make sure you put it send to master sync, and you want to enable that. So from there, you can choose your audio drivers through here, your sample rate, all that good stuff. That all goes through audio. This I'm not really too sure about. You can go through and read all that by yourself. I really don't know anything. I don't use any. I haven't changed any of those settings. All those settings are the same. But here's where the magic happens. All right, these are basically these. These are your samples. Now, what you're gonna want to do is all these are normally free spots, free spaces. These are all just my samples and folders. So basically, you want to make a folder with all your samples and redirect it to your Fruity Loops. So basically, you just click on it. And the best way I'd probably go about it is just go go to my computer and whatever local disk, and then you can. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can just click here, paste it or copy it, Control C, and then just come here, double click it, Control V, and it'll paste it. I don't want to fuck anything up, but then once you paste it, you can name the name of your folder. Say samples, and then that'll show up on the side when you're looking for your samples. So if you're looking for your samples, you're gonna look over here. There's all my samples on the side here, but you're gonna be looking for this name of this folder, which is samples 1. And I have so many samples that I'll show you in 1 second. Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll show you samples 1 or sample 1 if I can actually find it. Just my luck, I won't be able to. Fuck. Samples, right here. These are all my samples right there. And see some porn? You already know what the deal is, bro. Say, nah, I'm just kidding. But yeah, there's gonna be some porn on there, so don't worry about it. But anyway, alright, let's get back into this. Right where I was, F10. Alright, anyway, we were at file. Now that's just for, obviously for your samples up here. Now down here, this is really important. You're going to want to make a folder for your 64-bit VSTs and your 34-bit. And you can switch them at any time. I have all my 64s in one folder and I switch them throughout each time. I just click here and you go to wherever your folder is and hit OK. And once you're done, all your shit's in there. Basically, what all you gotta do is you click the not the piano roll button. Sorry, this button, motherfucker. Hold on, sorry. See, I'm not very sure. Like this program fucks with me at times. Here it is. Sorry. All right, you're gonna click the first button right here. Why is this coming up now? Anyway. Alright, here's your pattern button. So it's basically going to start you off with like a normal kick and clap and hat and snare. Now if you're going to try to load a synth or some kind of VST, you're going to go to insert, and if you don't see any of your VSTs, you want to go to more, and then it's going to be like these are going to be unchecked. Your VSTs that you just put in there are going to be unchecked, and you're going to have to check them, and then you're going to want to refresh it. So then you're going to have your synth here. I'll just show you. You'll have your synth just sitting in. All right, sorry, hold on. Insert, and we'll just do massive or silent. All right, now see we have silent. And I have my keyboard working, as you can tell. And that's how you go about making a VS. That's how you go about your VSTs. And if you don't want to use, obviously you don't want to use this garbage for VSTs. So you're gonna want to right click and then hit piano roll, and voila, you got all your VSTs right here. You could just make a quick, like 4 on the floor. Now you can go ahead and put your kicks in for another 4 on the floor. Make sure the beat's at 140. Well, that's up to you. I like to go with 140 tempo. Alright, and then we got that going right now. We're gonna use those for we're gonna use these right here for I don't know what the fuck we're using it for, but anyway. You can make your bars, you can make it 4 bars, you can make it however many bars you want. And I'm just gonna go back to 4. You can fuck with your sound. You click your sound first. Go ahead, click it, and you can wait, is it right click? No, I'm sorry. You click this thing right here, and you can reduce your sound. You can see. Go to preview. And you can turn them all back up, whatever you want to do. This will turn your volume on each sample up or down. to go back up Alright, so we got those down. On each one, you can pan it. Sorry about that. You can pan using the left note and volume on the right, and you could also get a piano roll. Well, it's not a piano roll, but it's just like what octave each kick or whatever sample is in. Now you can always add anything you want. You can add any kind of samples. Let me show you guys how to add a sample. So right now, adding samples, all you gotta do is, like I said, your shit's gonna be on the side. Mine's samples 1, but I'm gonna use samples from over here. Like some random. Alright, I'm not gonna use any kind of definitely not gonna use anything but one shots. So let me see if I can find some dubstep or something. Some dubstep. Now, one thing I do recommend is you download the Vintage Drum Pack. It's free. It's really fucking good. Great 808s. Great 808s. Like the 808s are insane. Like that improved my game so much in making music. Like I love the 808s. And there's so many different things you can do with Fruity Loops compared to. Well, I mean, they all have their equal. You know what I mean? Like they all pan out. But let me get back to what the fuck I was talking about. What I'm doing here. Sorry. Alright, see, alright, we're going to use this as a kick, alright? Another kick. We're going to put it here. We're going to overlap this kick and make it a different kick. You know what I mean? So basically all you do is you drag from here, and you drop it right in here. You can hit play button. And then you can, if you wanted to, you could give it like a swingy feel. That's going to go throughout. Well, unless you're making a new pattern, I think it changes. I'm not positive. There's it with like a little bit of like a swing to it. See what else we can do. Throw them off every 3. Let's see here. That was my fault right there. Whoa. Right. Obviously, this isn't going to be the greatest of, anything. I'm just showing you how to do stuff. And I'm not really, trying to make anything great. If I'll be making more tutorials on that, I'm just trying to go through everything that I could possibly think of to, for a beginner to, get better. So anyway, say you wanted to put effects on let's say one of your samples or one of your full patterns. What you want to do is, this is what I got stuck on this for a little bit, but you want to click this button right here, which is your mixer knob, and basically what I do is all right, hold on, let me just do this. Let me find some kind of preset samples. I mean, not samples, but effects. Alright, we'll use a Flangus for example. And alright, see, like if I was to put it here, that sends it to the master channel, and it makes everything. Yeah, it makes everything sound like it has the flang. Well, if this happens to you, all you gotta do is you click this button right here, and you go to master, and you want to undo that. And then after you undo that, the Flangus, you want to go to like another, insert, some kind of different insert, and you want to go through Well, I mean, I'll go back through here, and my master still has the flangus on it, but you can't hear it. And now we're gonna send that flangus. We're gonna send that to insert one, and we're gonna make insert one my hats. Okay. Classic. I'm not sure. I'm probably doing this wrong. I just had it yesterday. It's confusing me now. Now, this is the other way I do it. I can't say this is 100% right, but like if you're just doing it for one sample, instead of like clicking and then dropping it off into like its own separate one, you put it to where you want it. I just put it on the hats, so hats just sound. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I can hear him now. Yeah, there we go. That sounds a little bit better. Let's just make it. All right, see, you can hear those. You can hear those a little bit, flanging around. So we'll X out of that. And what we're gonna want to do is, whoops, this right here, this button right here. You can click it, and this is basically what you're making your track with. So, track one, you can put that there. What I normally use, I can't tell you what to use, and like I'm not positive. Like I'm not gonna say what's 100% sure, but I usually use the paintbrush tool and the draw tool. Mostly the draw tool. I mean the paintbrush tool. So basically, what I'm gonna do is paintbrush just that in, and if it doesn't have anything, you want to double click it. Double click that. If you didn't hear me, sorry. Double click that, and you want to find the pattern that actually is available with all your sounds, and you want to delete it, and then go back and left click to insert, right click to not like to delete on everything on this program, obviously. But anyway, this is our pattern right here for the drum rack. So give it a listen, and it's just gonna keep repeating itself. Oh, I forgot to also tell you that here's the pattern view. So this is just for this pattern, for like hearing the pattern. And this is for hearing like your full song. So like you can switch over to song, and it goes to here. So you're basically making your own. You make your track here basically, and then you draw it out here. So you kind of have like you're kind of like painting a picture, but fucking with music. I don't know. I can't really explain it too well because, like I said, I'm more advanced in Ableton than I am in this program, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. And anyway, right click to delete, left click to add. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down here. I'm gonna bring it down to like right here. All right, so now we're gonna go for this is a 4 on the floor beat. Yeah, 4 on the floor beat still, kind of, in a way. But what we're gonna do now is we're gonna add just like a beginning factor to the whole thing. You can hit tab to get all your shit back, but it's gonna bring up a lot. So right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna clone, or you can insert a new one. I'm gonna clone this track, which also makes it pattern. It makes it pattern 2, but it copies everything from the last pattern. So I'm going to delete everything except for the kicks. So right click, obviously. Whoops. So So I'm gonna take a listen to the pattern. Alright, well, yeah. Alright, what's what we can do? Now we can insert pattern 2 into it, and we're going to go to song, like I said, whenever you're listening to it here. So, like I said, excuse this track for being so bad. I'm barely putting any time into it. I'm just trying to explain as much as possible and get it done. So, anyway, like I said, if you guys, I haven't said this yet, but if you guys do have any questions, like you can send me a message, and I will reply. I'm not some kind of dickhead. Like, I'm down to help anyone with music. I love fucking music, so I will definitely help. But anyway, here's you can make it a little bit longer. Well, make sure you click on one, and it'll you can click on one, and it'll make sure that if you click on this, it'll make it like whatever number it is. So like I clicked on pattern 2, it'll make it pattern 2 whenever I click on pattern 1, it'll make it pattern 1. I really like that about Fruity Loops. And anyway, what we'll do is we'll add one more pattern 1 in, and we'll clone it, and we'll make the hats go a little bit more, and we'll make the last drum part sped up. Whoops. Remember, like that's the pattern. All right, now here we go. Now we can listen to it. So back to song. Let's see if we can make that a little bit longer. We're gonna take this and we're gonna make it 6 bars. All right, let's give that a listen. And then you can add your drop. So like, well, now what we can do is we'll go back. We'll hit this button to go back into the pattern view, and we're gonna need to get the side thing back up, which is over here. So now I'm gonna add in another synth. So insert one. Let's make it synth. Alright, now we're going to go over here. We're going to go to synth. Make sure it's synth. Alright, now right click, insert, massive, I guess. Actually, you know what? I don't really feel like creating a full synth right now. So what I'll do is we'll use silent since it has plenty of free ones. So alright, we're not using that. We just use that one. Let's go with my lucky number 13. See what that is. Alright, yeah, that could work. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go into silence. Make sure you go into silence. Right click it, and hit piano roll. Now we got the piano roll up. What can we do with it? So, well, first of all, I want to go back into my beat grid, like my building thing. And I really have trouble with this. But anyway, what am I doing again? Oh, okay, alright, yeah, alright, synth. I'm going to draw that out. So, we go back into it. And we're going to draw it out, like I said. Back to the range of view. Alright, we're going to also click where you want it to play. You could also, like, not really sure how people do it, but you could right click this somehow or something, and you can name it to, like, you know, like verse 1, chorus, whatever you want to name it. But this is like, you can name it like intro, verse 1, whatever. Anyway, I'm not positive how to do that, and I've never done it. I've seen a tutorial on it, but anyway, now we're going back into the synth. So I'm gonna find. I swore I had a key that was fucking selected. But now it wants to fuck around with me, so what we'll do is we'll fucking cut it. We'll just go like this. Alright, there we go. All I did there was hit Control A. When I was in here, I was just hit Control A and then delete. So anyway, fuck with a little bit of a beat. Hold on, let me make sure I got this. Oh wait, it's all the way over there. So now what we could do is, like, I have it in the wrong spot. So what you guys could do is you could just hit this button, which is like a select button and like paint or whatever, and then you can hit this and hit Shift, or maybe Control C. You can hit Shift and then move it or drag it. Here, hold on. Fuck. See, this is why I don't like all these different buttons you have to click. But anyway, you can, do that, and then you hold Shift and you go over it, wherever you want. Then you go back to the paintbrush tool, hold Shift, and you go back to wherever you want it. So I want it to start at the beginning. And we're going to make that. But then again, we're going to make this. Do that again. Click this, hold Shift. Go back to the brush tool, and then you hold Shift, and then drag it over. We're going to Control A, Control down, and bring it down. Let's go back up one more. Try another. Alright, we're going back down. Alright, we got that going in. And now we can do something like... Now we got that, we can, here's how you make another one. You hit the new thing up here, and you hit insert one, and let's name it sub bass. And we're going to go through and try to find a preset, or not a preset, but like a sample that came on here already with subs. Kicks. We need some kind of punchy sub. An 808 kick will do. Well, I know there's a sub thing. Sub bass. There we go. Drag, drop. We'll just do it. And we'll go into here, sub bass, and we'll add the sub bass. I don't know why it's not adding there. Alright, there it goes. And we'll just drag that back. Alright, remember, gotta go back into here. But also, here's another thing. I had a problem with this myself whenever I first started using this for the first time. I had a friend that I thought, would help me, because he's pretty good at, Fruity Loops. Like, I just wanted, I only would ask him simple few questions. I asked him one question. It was, how do you get the timer to go to 0, so whenever you play the song, it shows how long the song is from the time it starts to the time it finishes. And he's like, oh, if you want me to teach you, you have to pay me money. It's just like, okay, well, I figured that out in 2 seconds. All you gotta do is fucking click this thing up here, and it changes it from that, whatever time that is, like however long you played the whole thing over and over again, to compare it to the 0. So what I did was just click the thing at the bottom, and it started over from 0. It'll count, and then you hit stop, and it'll go back to 0. So anyway, here's the sound. Here's the sound so far. I'm gonna add a crash into it. I know it's nothing great. It's just fucking. I'm just trying to help anyone. But anyway, here's a few last things we can do to
Baby.
House music. House music.
This is just fucking around, but no big deal. Whole thing's just messing around. But I'm just trying to show you guys how to do this. But anyway, you could each each thing, like, you could right click and make sure how long you want it and drag it. And what else? You can start it from any time or any bar from up here. Just click. So we're gonna go back, and like I said about adding effects like before, this is exactly how you do it. If it's just like a sample that you put on here, what you can do is double click it and see how it says effects up here. You're gonna want to change that. So watch. Oh shit! All right, here we go. We're gonna go back over here. We're gonna go to this bar, and we're gonna figure out which one we're gonna make it. We're gonna make it number 4. So we're gonna make effects number 4 our house sample track, like the vocal that I just used, and I'm gonna put some kind of effect on it. Let's see, what are we gonna put on here? Reverb? I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. So what you want to do is you click and you drag it into insert 4 because that's what you just made it over there on your channel. I mean on your channel settings. Yeah, sorry. So right now you have you drag it into over here. Fuck, into number 1. Or actually it doesn't matter where you drag it as long as you actually have the reverb in your hand, apparently. So okay, we got it now. So we're gonna go back, we're gonna exit that and try to play it, see how that sounds. How like the effect sounds. Obviously that's too loud, like the guy's mouth is fucking loud. So we're gonna turn that down a little bit. I'm going way over. Alright, hold on. The monitor up here also tells you when your track is way too loud and like distorted, so pretty much I probably should go to that. I don't know what is doing that right now. You know what? I probably fucking put the thing back on here. Yep. Wait, no, there's some kind of whatever. That's not my point, but here's just another good example to end the video. And if there's any other questions that anyone has, like here's the record button, stop button, all that. Save. I'll show you how to save in just a minute. Anyway, there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. I'll link a really good video to teach you go from beginner to intermediate in like 30 minutes. Just if you just sit there and watch the video over and over again, you'll learn it. Like you'll learn it if you're actually into it. And I always have been, so it's pretty easy. It came naturally to me. Like not naturally, but I'm actually doing really good, more than I've ever thought I'd ever become. But obviously not from this track, you can't tell. But like I said, anyway, right here, watch this. This should not turn red at all. I just learned that the other day, so I wasn't paying attention to that just now. But anyway, this is how you go about saving a track. You click this button, and you could name it whatever. And this is just the FLP. This is to come back into redo your file. I mean, like edit it, anything. This is just if you want to save it to come back and work on it. Now, if you want to collaborate with your friends and you want them to have all your samples, this is the best thing about Fruity Loops, in my opinion, is it saves every one of the samples that you've used in your track, and saves every one of your synths that you use in your track. It saves everything and it sends it to them. But as long as if they have the VST, it'll work. If they don't have the VST, if they download it, it will work. and you also have to have the sample too, or not the sample, but the preset. So if you're working on a track with someone, you might want to ask them for the preset sample as well as with everything else that comes. Everything else is handled by it's done by Fruity Loops for you. So basically, that's the zipped loop file for you. That's the WAV file. That's just a straight music file, and MPEG-3 is MP3 file, Vorbis audio file, OGG, and MIDI file. So if you guys don't really know what like a MIDI file is, I'm not like 110% sure, but I'm pretty sure like Guitar Hero, whenever I used to play Guitar Hero back in the day, it used MIDI files whenever I hacked the game and like put custom songs on it. So I'm pretty sure those are for like custom things on like the internet, like like songs that I don't know, like are in like Flash videos and stuff like that. I'm not positive, but anyway, we'll save it here. Fruity Loops example. We're gonna save it as MP3. This is the best way to save it, by the way, as an MP3. I can't save it here, so I have to choose another location. So there. All right. Now all you're gonna have to do is hit start. You can copy my settings for all I care. Hit start. Boom. It's done. It should have that sound when it's done. Minus it. Okay. Well, what we did there. This is what we can do. We can go back and fix that. Let's go back and fix that. Boom, boom. Why do I have so many free loops up right now? Holy shit, do I have so many fucking things up. Anyway. That's how ADHD I am. But anyway, this right click from the beginning to the end of the track that you want saved. So come back from over here. Bloom. File. Whoops. Fuck, what did I just do? Whoops. Anyway. Now we'll go back and we'll desktop. Boom. We'll make it Fruity Loops again. Fruity Loops example again. Actually, no. We'll make an example. So that way it saves as MP3. Here we go. Done. Makes that sound. Here's another one of my tracks. Example. I just realized what it was. It was that one synth that really made it go over. But anyway, here we go. Here, that's the end of the tutorial, and this is just for the outro, and just to show you guys that I really know kind of what I'm doing in Ableton, or not Ableton, but Fruity Loops. So here's the. Wait, hold on. That's not the one. Alright. Let me open this. And let me know what you guys think of it too. New collab. Let's save this FLP. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna cancel it. Fuck it. I don't even care about this one. Was fucked up anyway. File open. No, fuck you. Damn, what the fuck? Where was that file at? Oh, man. I don't even know where my main files are at. This is gonna be real great. Collapse. Here it is. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Alright. Let's make this. Alright, here we go. Hey! Alright, that's the end of the video, and that's all I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys understood anything that I tried helping you with, but with my luck, you guys probably didn't learn a goddamn thing. I'm out. Peace.